Be me, 25-year-old accountant living in my mediocre apartment. Been talking to this girl Rachel on a dating app for like 3 weeks. She seems cool, really into fitness and healthy eating, posts a lot of gym selfies. Finally, work up the courage to ask her out. She suggests this fancy vegan restaurant downtown that I've never heard of. Look up the menu online, nearly have a heart attack. $25 for a salad, $30 for some quinoa bowl nonsense. My broke ass can't afford this, but I already said yes. Spend the next week stressing about how I'm going to pay for this date. Check my bank account. I have like $300 to last me until next paycheck. This one date is going to consume like a third of my available funds. The day of the date arrives. I'm getting dressed and having a full panic attack. My roommate Kevin walks in while I'm hyperventilating into a paper bag. Dude, what's wrong with you? Explain the situation. He looks at me like I'm stupid. Just tell her you can't afford it and suggest somewhere else. I can't do that. She'll think I'm poor. You are poor. He's not wrong, but it still hurts. Kevin leaves for work and I'm still freaking out about this date. Suddenly, the worst idea in human history pops into my head. What if I just didn't show up? But I can't ghost her. That's too cruel. What if I had a valid excuse? What if I was dead? My brain is firing on all cylinders now, constructing this elaborate plan. I'll fake my death. She'll feel bad for me, cancel the date, and I'll resurrect myself in a few days. This is foolproof. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this plan. I text my buddy Chris, who I know will go along with anything. Need you to do me a huge favor? No questions asked. He responds immediately with, I'm in. Don't even know what he's agreeing to yet. This is why Chris is my guy. Explain the plan. There's a long pause before he responds. This is the dumbest thing you've ever done. So you'll help? Obviously. We coordinate the plan. Chris is going to call her pretending to be my brother. He's going to tell her I died in a tragic accident. I send him her number and he makes the call while I listen on speaker. Hello, is this Rachel? Yes, who is this? Chris puts on this somber voice. I'm calling about my brother. There's been an accident. I can hear her gasp through the phone. Oh my God, is he okay? I'm afraid not. He was hit by a bus this morning. Died instantly. I'm biting my fist trying not to laugh because this is absurd. Rachel is crying now, actually crying over someone she's never met. I can't believe this. We were supposed to have dinner tonight. Yes, he was very excited about it. This is such a tragedy. Chris is really selling this. I'm kind of impressed. They talk for a few more minutes before he hangs up. We both burst out laughing the second the call ends. Dude, she was crying. I know, I'm a monster. But hey, mission accomplished. I don't have to go to that expensive restaurant. I spend the rest of the day playing video games, feeling pretty good about my problem-solving skills. Then around 6 p.m., the time our date was supposed to be, I start feeling guilty. Like really guilty. The kind of guilt that sits in your chest like a rock. This girl was genuinely upset about my death. She seemed really sad. I'm lying on my couch, controller in hand, but I can't focus on the game. Kevin comes home from work. How'd the death plan go? Too well, she cried. You're an idiot. I know. He makes himself dinner while lecturing me about what a terrible person I am. You know you're going to have to come clean eventually, right? I'll just make a new dating profile and never talk to her again. That's your solution? Just avoid the consequences of your actions? When he puts it like that, it sounds bad. I sit there for another hour, guilt eating away at me. Finally, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to the restaurant. Kevin drops his fork. What? I'm going to go to the restaurant and explain everything. You're going to tell her you faked your death? No, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Kevin is looking at me like I've completely lost my mind. This is somehow dumber than the original plan. Probably true, but I'm committed now. Throw on the outfit I was going to wear originally, fix my hair, head out. The whole drive there, I'm rehearsing what I'm going to say. Sorry I'm late. I was only mostly dead? No, that's terrible. Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated? Also terrible. I got nothing. I'm just going to wing it. Pull up to the restaurant. It's one of those trendy places with exposed brick and too many plants. Take a deep breath and walk inside. The hostess greets me with a smile. Do you have a reservation? Maybe. Under the name... Actually, I'm looking for someone. Scan the restaurant and there she is, sitting alone at a table looking at her phone. She's even prettier than her pictures, which makes me feel worse. She's wearing this nice black dress, clearly put effort into looking good. For a date with a dead guy. I'm the worst person alive, which I technically am since I'm not actually dead. Walk over to her table, my palms are sweating, trying to think of how to explain this. Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry? Wait, that's in my head. Why am I thinking about random dialogue right now? Focus, idiot. Rachel? She looks up and her face goes through about 5 different emotions in 2 seconds. Confusion, recognition, shock, horror, and then anger. What the actual hell? Everyone in the nearby tables turns to look at us. I can explain. You're dead. Your brother called me. You died. The table next to us is full on staring now. This is going great. About that, I'm not actually dead. I can see that. She stands up and I genuinely think she might hit me. Why would you fake your death? Who does that? Someone who's really bad at confrontation? Wrong. Answer. She looks even angrier. I got a call saying you were hit by a bus. The entire restaurant is watching us now. This is like dinner theater for them. Okay, look. I panicked because this place is really expensive and I'm broke. She stares at me for a long moment. So your solution was to fake your own death. In my defense, it seemed like a good idea at the time. That's not a defense, that's insanity. She sits back down, putting her head in her hands. I cried. I actually cried for you. The guilt intensifies to unbearable levels. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely, truly sorry. I'm an idiot. She looks up at me, and I can't tell if she's going to yell or cry again. You are literally the worst person I've ever almost dated. That's fair. There's this long, awkward silence where we just stare at each other. The waiter approaches cautiously, probably drawn by the commotion. Are you folks ready to order? Rachel looks at me, then at the waiter. Actually, we're leaving. My heart sinks. Yeah, I deserve this. She stands up and I start to apologize again. Not we as in both of us. We as in you and me. We're going somewhere else. Wait, what? What? You're taking me on this date, but we're going somewhere you can actually afford because apparently I'm dating a financially challenged zombie. You still want to go on a date with me? I want you to make up for putting me through emotional trauma. Come on. She walks past me toward the exit and I just stand there in shock. The waiter looks as confused as I feel. Scramble after her, we get outside and she's standing by my car. Well, where are we going? My brain is completely blank. There's a really good taco place like 2 blocks from here. Perfect, let's go. We drive in awkward silence to the taco place. I keep glancing at her. Why are you doing this? You should hate me. Oh, I do hate you. But this story is too ridiculous to not see how it plays out. Fair enough. We get to the taco place. It's this hole-in-the-wall joint that I love. We order at the counter. 3 tacos cost less than one of those vegan salads. Sit down at a booth and she's still looking at me like I'm a science experiment. So, walk me through the thought process. You couldn't afford the restaurant and faking your death was the logical next step? I wouldn't say logical. No kidding. I explained the whole thing about panicking, about calling Chris, about the fake brother routine. She's trying not to laugh, I can tell. Your friend pretended to be your brother and told me you got hit by a bus. I know it's bad. It's beyond bad. It's like cartoon villain levels of bad. She pauses, then does this weird finger gun thing at me. I missed the part where that's my problem. What? Nothing. Just seeing if you get it. Get what? Never mind. Our tacos arrive and we start eating. These are actually really good. Better than a $30 quinoa bowl? Infinitely better. We eat in less awkward silence. The conversation starts flowing naturally. Turns out Rachel has a pretty dark sense of humor. She's making death jokes now. So when you came back from the dead, did you see a white light? Yeah, it was the headlights of the bus that missed me. She snorts into her drink. We're actually having a good time despite the absolutely insane start to this date. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're kind of funny. Even for a dead guy? Especially for a dead guy. We finish eating and I pay. The bill is like $15. I could cry with relief. We walk around the neighborhood afterward, just talking. She tells me about her job as a personal trainer. I tell her about my boring accounting work. Do you fake your death often, or was this a special occasion? First time, I promise. Not making that a habit. Good, because I don't think I can handle mourning you twice. We end up at this park, sitting on a bench. I'm still mad at you, for the record. You should be. But this turned out to be the most memorable first date I've ever had. Setting the bar pretty low there. She laughs and leans against me slightly. You're buying me ice cream to make up for the emotional distress. Deal. We get ice cream from a truck, sit on the curb eating it. My friends are never going to believe this story. You're going to tell people? Are you kidding? This is the best story I've ever had. I'm simultaneously embarrassed and relieved. Walk her back to her car, which is still at the vegan restaurant. So, do I get a second date or am I banned for life? She thinks about it for a moment. You get a second date, but you're planning it, and if you fake anything, death, illness, abduction by aliens, I'm blocking you forever. That's fair. She kisses my cheek. Text me when you get home, so I know you're alive. Too soon? Way too soon. Do it anyway. She drives off and I'm left standing there processing what just happened. Text Chris immediately. Dude, I went to the restaurant. You what? She didn't kill me. We're going on a second date. How are you this lucky? You don't deserve this. He's absolutely right. Drive home, Kevin is playing games in the living room. How'd it go? I have a second date. He pauses the game and turns around. Explain. I tell him everything. He's shaking his head the entire time. You're the luckiest idiot alive. Everyone keeps saying that. Text Rachel when I get to my room like she asked. Made it home safely, still alive and everything. Good. Now delete your brother's number from your phone. He's not actually my brother. I know. Delete Chris's number anyway. I laugh and we text for like 2 hours. She's actually really cool, way cooler than I deserve. The next day at work, I'm telling my coworker Dan about the date. You did what? Getting tired of explaining this story, but it never gets less absurd. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm aware. But it worked? Somehow, yes. Dan just shakes his head and goes back to his spreadsheet. Spend the week planning the perfect second date. Nothing expensive, nothing that requires faking any medical emergencies. Decide on mini golf and burgers, classic and affordable. Pick her up Friday night. She answers the door in jeans and a t-shirt. No fancy dress this time? I'm not getting dressed up for someone who might fake a coma halfway through. That was one time. One time too many. We drive to the mini golf place. The vibe is way more relaxed. She's actually really competitive, talking trash the entire game. You're going down, zombie boy. Zombie boy? That's my nickname now? Until I think of something worse, yes. I'm losing badly. She's too good at this. On the last hole, I miss completely, and the ball goes into the water feature. She's laughing so hard she can barely stand. You're terrible at this. I'm terrible at most things. This is on brand. We get burgers after. I make sure to ask what she wants instead of ordering for her. Learning from my mistakes and all that. So, no more fake deaths in your future? I'm retiring from the death-faking business. Good career move. We're sitting in my car after dinner, not wanting the night to end. I had fun tonight. Yeah? Even without the dramatic resurrection? Especially without that. She kisses me for real this time, not just the cheek. Third date? You're pushing your luck. So that's a yes? That's a maybe. I'll take it. Over the next few weeks we keep dating. It's going surprisingly well. She introduces me to her friends. I have to tell the death story like 5 times. They all think I'm insane, but in an entertaining way. My friends meet her. Chris immediately apologizes for his role in the fake death. I'm so sorry, he convinced me it was a good idea. It's okay. You committed to the bit. I respect that. Chris and Rachel become friends, much to my dismay. They keep making death jokes about me. Make sure he doesn't walk near any buses. Very funny, guys. One night, Rachel and I are watching a movie at my place. Can I ask you something serious? Sure. Why didn't you just tell me you couldn't afford the restaurant? I think about it for a minute. Pride, I guess. Didn't want you to think I was broke. I wouldn't have cared. I would have suggested somewhere else. I know that now. She cuddles closer to me. You know the taco place was better anyway. Way better. And this worked out pretty well. Are you saying you're glad I faked my death? I'm saying I'm glad you were stupid enough to show up anyway. Kevin walks in at that moment. Are you two talking about the death thing again? It's a very important part of our relationship. It's a very stupid part of your relationship. He's not wrong, but I'm not admitting it. A couple months in, we're at a party together. Someone asks how we met. Rachel grins. He died and then came back to life for our first date. Everyone thinks she's joking. No, really, how'd you meet? Dating app, but the death thing is true. I have to explain the whole story again. People are crying, laughing by the end. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Trust me, we know. One guy at the party pulls me aside. Dude, you're like the luckiest person alive. Everyone keeps telling me that. Rachel and I are coming up on the 6-month mark. We're at dinner, a nice place, but not crazy expensive. Remember when you were too scared to eat here? I've grown as a person. You've grown as a person who still makes questionable decisions. But you love it. She rolls her eyes, but she's smiling. Unfortunately, yes. My phone buzzes. It's Chris. Tell Rachel I'm still available to fake more deaths if needed. Show her the text, she laughs. Tell him I'll keep him on retainer. I'm texting Chris back when Rachel reaches across the table and takes my hand. Hey, zombie boy. Yeah? I'm really glad you showed up that night. Me too. Even though it was the dumbest thing you've ever done. Especially because it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. The waiter comes by to take our order. As we're ordering, I catch Rachel smiling at me. What? Nothing. Just thinking about how you literally died to avoid paying for salad. It was quinoa, actually. Even worse. We're laughing and the couple at the next table is looking at us weird. Don't care. This is the most fun I've had in years. After dinner, we're walking to the car. So what's the next big stupid thing you're planning? Who says I'm planning anything? Because I know you. You're always one bad idea away from chaos. She's not wrong. What if I told you I was thinking about getting a tattoo of a bus? She stops walking. You're not serious. A little bus right here on my ankle to commemorate the accident. She's trying not to laugh. That is simultaneously the dumbest and funniest thing you could do. So I should do it? Absolutely not. I'm going to do it. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, though. She looks at me with this smirk. Gonna cry? What? I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. She's doing this terrible tough guy voice. Are you quoting something? You're trash. Okay, I'm definitely missing a reference here. She laughs and drops the act. Never mind, uncultured zombie. She sighs dramatically. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. My boyfriend, the ghost who got hit by an imaginary bus. We get to my car and I open her door. She stops before getting in. You know, when I signed up for that dating app, I never expected this. Good unexpected or bad unexpected? Jury's still out. She kisses me before getting in the car. Driving her home, the radio is playing some cheesy love song. If you ever fake your death again, I'm keeping all your stuff. That's fair. And I'm telling everyone the real story. You already do that. I'll tell it at your real funeral. Dark. I like it. Pull up to her apartment and then walk her to the door. Same time next week? Unless you die again. Not planning on it. Good, because I don't think I can handle planning another resurrection. Kiss her goodnight and head home. Kevin is still awake when I get back. How was date number whatever? Perfect. You didn't fake anything? Not even a little bit. Character growth. I flip him off and go to my room. Lying in bed, scrolling through my phone, see a text from Rachel. Thanks for not dying tonight. Anytime. She sends back a skull emoji and a heart. This girl has the best sense of humor. Think back to that day I faked my death, how panicked I was. If I hadn't been a complete idiot and showed up anyway, I wouldn't have this. Sometimes being stupid works out. Not recommending it as a strategy, but it worked for me. Another text from Chris. Bro, you should write a book about this. Who would believe it? Fair point. Fall asleep thinking about how I'm going to tell this story at parties for the rest of my life. Wake up to a text from Rachel. Breakfast? Or are you dead again? Alive and hungry. Come over, I'm making pancakes. Get ready and head to her place. She answers the door in pajamas, hair messy, looks beautiful. Morning, zombie boy. Morning, ghost whisperer. That's not even the right joke. I'm workshopping material. We eat breakfast on her couch, watching trash TV. You know, people think our relationship origin story is insane, right? Let them think what they want. She leans against me. Besides, conventional is boring. That's one way to look at it. Spend the whole day just hanging out, no plans, no pressure. This is what I almost gave up because I was too scared to admit I was broke. What are you thinking about? How lucky I am. Getting sappy on me? Little bit. She kisses my cheek. You're allowed to be sappy, just don't fake your death again. Promise. A few days later, I'm at work and my boss calls me into his office. Immediately panic, think I'm getting fired. I heard you've been doing good work lately. Oh, thanks? Keep it up. That's it, that's the whole conversation. Text Rachel about it. Thought I was getting fired, just got complimented instead. Character growth continues. Should I fake my death to celebrate? Do not. I'm laughing at my desk. Dan looks over. What's funny? Nothing. Just texting my girlfriend. The one you died for? That's the one. He shakes his head and goes back to work. Everyone at my job knows the story now. It's become legendary. People I've never met know me as the guy who faked his death. Not the reputation I was going for, but I'll take it. Weekend comes around, Rachel wants to do something different. Let's go hiking. You know, I'm not athletic, right? I know, it'll be funny watching you struggle. Supportive as always. We go on this trail, I'm dying after like 20 minutes. How are you not even sweating? I actually exercise, unlike some people. I exercise my right to sit on the couch. She's way ahead of me on the trail, looking back and laughing. Come on, dead guy, pick up the pace. Finally make it to the top. The view is actually pretty nice. We sit on a rock, drinking water. See, worth it. My legs hate you. Your legs will thank me later. We take a selfie. I look like I'm dying. She looks perfect. Posting this. Don't you dare. She posted anyway with the caption, took my zombie boyfriend hiking. He almost died again. All her friends comment with crying, laughing emojis. My face when I faked my death to save money and ended up in the best relationship of my life. That feel when your girlfriend roasts you daily, but you wouldn't have it any other way.